Hi lovelies, it's Kitty. This video is going to be all about mental health, featuring a little bit of witchcraft tips and knowledge around mental health, but it'll generally just be about mental health. I will also be talking about some of my personal mental health struggles. I can't promise I won't cry. It's a really touchy subject to me. It's really close to my heart. But yeah, I got some pedal cards here to go through today, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's get into it. Okay, so when it comes to mental health and witchcraft, intentions and mood is what changes the most. A positive mental outlook leans more towards success and powerful spells. Tarot readings tend to be more accurate as well, and also more upbeat with a lot more potential. Negative mental outlooks tend to end in failures, from my own personal observations. If you're full of rage, spells easily backfire. If you're full of sorrow, they tend to be weaker. Tarot readings usually just reflect negativity back at the reader. So whatever you're putting into those tarot cards is what you're pulling. With that being said, a positive mentality is best for all spells and magic, well, most all, and most all tarot pulls, and completely benefits meditation. A negative mentality will only benefit you when you can release that energy. So during release spells, banishment spells, and even magic dealing with grief, everything that you are holding on to, anger and sorrow and any negative emotions, you can release and banish while you are releasing and banishing said situation. And meditation during a negative time will also benefit you, because then you get to clear your mind and or focus on what what is making you negative. So that's the first pedal card. Outside of witchcraft, positivity is best for pretty much all situations and occasions, whereas negativity doesn't really assist in anything. Although it can show you who your loving and caring friendships or relationships are that truly support you. Because when you are down and out, those people who stick by your side mean so much. And you can just think about them when you're in a positive state of mind and be like, wow, I appreciate what you did for me. Or how you were there for me. It really pulls at the heartstrings. Signs and or symptoms of both include positive. Socializing, being outgoing, being active, smiling, laughing, and showing emotions, and taking care of oneself. Those are all really big factors in positivity. Like when you are feeling positive, you push that out and you're like, I'm going to do good with myself, with others. You're just going to be that type of person. Negative, and I could list so many more than I have written down. These are the negative signs or symptoms. Physical pain, less than average hygiene, defensiveness, overly emotional, completely numb, can't make eye contact, unjustified accusations. Like, my friends hate me, or my mom hates me, or they all don't want to talk to me because I'm an awful person. Like, you're putting that accusation into your own head. Or can't sleep too much, or can't sleep / too much sleeping, won't eat, eating too much, too little thinking, or too much thinking. Those are all some really big factors in a negative state of mind. I put more than 5 examples for the negativity to help show you what to look for in your friends and your family. That's the second pedal card. Okay. Stepping right into my mental health is like never getting off of a terribly scary roller coaster. All the loop-de-loops, all the up and down, all the spirals, and all the underground. It's all up in there in my head. Okay. So I just got a job, and it's gonna put my YouTube career on a little bit of a hold, but I'm going to keep pursuing what I can and keep pushing through what I can. It's going to be a bit of a struggle because I haven't had a job in a very long time, but I think I can do this, and I'm trying. So I have both depression and anxiety, an eating disorder, and a mild form of schizophrenia, but it's super active. I do indeed take my fair share of prescribed medications. I go to weekly therapy, which now has become every other week because of progress I have made. And I allow myself plenty of attention for meditation, self-focus, and self-realization. I have known I've had all of these disorders since I was about 12 or 13 years old. I am now 24, almost 25. That's a long time. Not long as in if I were 74 or 91, but long enough to know that it's hard. I was given my first adult diagnosis when I was 18, and I've had several since. It's not... I do have hallucinations, I do see shadows, and I do hear voices. I can get very delusional and have worried, even accused others of hate and insults that they never did. I get very irritable quickly, and I have been known to be violent towards myself and others. I used to be very indifferent as well, showing little interest in anything, and when I do, I faked it very poorly. My depression and anxiety go hand in hand with everything. I get so stressed out from my social anxiety that I get low, depressed low, which triggers my schizophrenia. Another trigger for my schizophrenia is my constant eating disorder battle that I have had for as long as I can remember. A few years ago, I was bulimic, and when I was a teen, I was anorexic. Now I just binge eat, but it's not any better. My body image and how I knew myself has always made me feel, and how I view myself. I'm reading my own words wrong because I'm like cluttered in my head. But it's always made me feel out of place. I've always been the plus size girl. Always. Even when I was anorexic, I was bigger than my friends. And it really gets to you as a person. I already feel 10 times more valuable now that I've shared this information, but I had to, so you could really get to know who I am. And know that mental health is literally anyone can have it. Mental health issues. Anyone can have it. Several things to remember when managing my mental health or others' mental health who can relate to what I go through. Remember, during a breakdown, you shouldn't, or sometimes you even can't, reason with someone. During a breakdown, you can also get fearful of losing control. So, or you have lost control and you get very fearful, and that goes hand in hand with the don't reason with them because they don't really know what they're doing. It's just their body and mind taking over, almost as if you had blacked out. If I am breaking down, or if someone is breaking down, or close to it, especially me in this situation, I cry easily, which embarrasses me. So I try to ignore it, but it doesn't always work. And you gotta understand that other people could be just as embarrassed if they cry. You can make things worse. If someone isn't looking at you in the eye, don't push it. Don't force them to look you in the eye. It makes people super uncomfortable. Don't shout and don't get angry. That doesn't help the situation. And strangers. Strangers take a while to meet. If you're a complete stranger and you see someone crying, it could be really tough for them to open up to you. So ease into it if you're going to. If you're standing all the time, it can make a person nervous. Sit more so you're at their eye level so you can talk one-on-one to them instead of talking down to them. No touching unless asked or familiar with the person. And the less distractions, the better. If you're talking to somebody and having a deep conversation, turn off the TV. Maybe play some music if they're interested, but turn off the music. Turn off what you can so you can listen to them and not focus on other things. And the biggest thing you can do to someone with mental health, support them. Be there for them. Don't ignore them and don't neglect them. Those are so important. If someone doesn't have that support, it can lead down a very, very bad path. And nobody wants to go there. So now you all know my struggles, as well as some things to look out for your friends and your family. Show your love, really. It means so much more than you think to those you care about. Let them know you care. They want to hear it, trust me. Thanks for your time.